Mark Wahlberg is back in a new dramatic independent film that, trust me when I say this, if you're ready for an emotional roller coaster, this movie will provide that. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. My name is Zach. I love talking movies, and if you are also just a movie nerd like me, then you are in the right place. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as well as comment down below your guys' thoughts. Have you been looking forward to Joe Bell? Have you even heard about it? This is what I love about indie films. Some people have heard about them, some people haven't. And that's where we have a great discussion down below. Of course, Joe Bell is about the true story of a small-town working-class father who embarks on a solo walk across the United States to crusade against bullying after his son is tormented in high school for being gay. Now, this movie did premiere at TIFF to, middling reviews. Some people really enjoyed it. Some people found it a little bit generic. For me, I was looking forward to this because I love Mark Wahlberg when he does these roles. I've been so exhausted of him really much diving in and doing these cliche action roles that really much add no purpose to anything but just to watch and see Marky Mark freak out and everything like that. I can't do a good impression of him, so I'm not even going to attempt it again. For me, I really wanted to see an independent dramatic feature from him once again, and honestly, flat out, he knocked it out of the park. This might be one of the best performances of his entire career, if not the best one. The emotional heartstrings that he truly pulls throughout here, and just the smaller nuanced stuff that he does in here, whether it's just facial reactions that he gets when certain reveals happen throughout the film, which I must say, if you have seen the trailer for this movie, I feel so bad because you have probably been spoiled thoroughly throughout this. There's something that happens around 38 minutes into the movie, and I remember that 38 minutes exactly because I did not know anything else about this movie besides Mark Wahlberg and the concept of it all. And watching this film, I didn't know the true story, and when that 38-minute marker hit and something is revealed, I knew that was going to happen. Holy shit, the effect it just hit on me was superb and really much changes the dynamic of the storytelling devices right afterwards. And I found this to be, again, a very poetic and messaging movie that really goes against not just bullying in general, but parents and us as a society. We should be accepting everyone. And this movie looks at so many different points of our world views, and it just makes me go as far to say, a lot of it is so many different ways, it depends on how the kid was raised, it depends how their parents are. Everyone has different ideologies, and I wish everyone would just get along, but it is a big central focus of this all is the bullying message, and I love that. As someone like me who was bullied in high school, this is something that I would like to talk about, especially because bullying sucks, and if you're a bully, also giving a shout out to Reed Miller, who plays his son in here, Jaden Bell. He also does a fantastic job too, really much bringing those emotions and showing what is going on in his life while he is in high school. Again, it is very hard to watch at times, and if you have maybe a little bit trigger warnings when it comes to some of the bullying stuff, do be prepared. An hour and a half story has a lot to tell, as this is a true story about one man walking across America. And again, if you don't know the true story on this, there will be quite a few surprises throughout this entire film that I was not expecting, especially within the third act. But for me, what it comes down to be is just a movie that really much furthers this development, and the whole tagline is redemption is a journey you can't take alone. And that's the thing, is that when you do want that redemption, or you do take a journey like that, family or friends, there's always someone looking out for you, and there's always someone who's also going through that same dynamic, and it's important to keep them close. Director Ronaldo Marcus Green really much puts that throughout this entire film, and overall makes this to be one of the more little surprises of 2020 so far. It's short, it's sweet, it's subdued, and it's emotional. Which for a story like this, that's exactly what I expected, and it's exactly what I got. I'm looking at cons. The only thing I can really point out in particular is the whole thing that it is a little bit generic, and that we have seen stories like this countless times before. The direction, while good in here, isn't extravagant, and it didn't really need to be, but there's no style or substance to it that I really felt like I was like, oh, this is such a fantastic directorial debut or directorial effort. For me, what was said and done, the story came across, and it's going to be a message and a true story that's now going to get more word of mouth than it ever did back when it had happened. Of course, this true story of Joe Bell and his journey. Joe Bell, once again, is a really good dramatic indie film, and it's one that Mark Wahlberg acts his ass off. It is absolutely one of his best performances of his entire career, and really much stands still as a very subdued, emotional, but really much one film that will knock you on your ass with emotion. There are multiple moments moments in here that honestly almost brought me to tears, and I just sat there like, holy crap. If you haven't been spoiled yet by some of the spoilers inside the trailer, the film does have one point towards the middle of the movie where I just sat there, I was like, wow, everything just changed. Story structure, the development of all of it, I think really puts through again to the message that's super strong in here, and overall, I thoroughly enjoyed Joe Bell. So with all that said, I'm gonna give Joe Bell a B+. Thank you once again, guys, for clicking on this. You guys are seriously all the best. I cannot wait to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. So make sure again to hit that like and subscribe button, comment down below, and it also just a big thing to you and a big thing in my Patreon supporters, because without you, I would not be able to do this. And if you guys are interested in seeing movies early, head on over to Sandwich on Films on how to see those. So of course, guys, until next time, stay classy.